Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilleys Landing Resort and Marina. I'm on Lake Taneycomo. Going to do one cast today. It's Saturday the 13th of March. And I am up in one of our new pontoons. See where I'm at? Almost, I'm above the tennis court and below lookout. They're running 2 units of water. It's about early afternoon. And I have been up here fishing quite a bit here in the last couple hours and have not done very good. Just kind of give you a look at my surroundings before I put the, there's Jackson, he's relaxing on the couch. But I think I've figured out how to catch fish. So I am going to put this someplace where you can see it. Okay. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, I've tried several things. I went up below the dam and threw some white jigs and some sculpin and ginger jigs. Tried them under a float. This is all tangled up. I'm not going to mess with it. Came down here and drifted a scud on the bottom and caught 2. But then I put a scud under a float with a split shot and I've caught 3. Pretty short order. Now, I'm trying to keep the boat fairly close to this inside bank, shallow bank. Being in a pontoon with no trolling motor, it's been a little bit of a challenge. The wind's not too bad. It's a lot worse up below the dam. It's really tough up there. We got 3 inches of rain last night here. It hasn't rained today yet during the day. Okay, I've got, this is a weighted float. That's what a lot of guys use with the power worms. And I've got a pretty good sized split shot. It's a, let's say it's a number 3. And about a foot below that, I've got a number 14. It's a rainbow dubbing scud. And this is 4-pound line, and I'm throwing out, I'd say I'm about 30 feet from the bank or so. The problem is the wind is blowing me up lake and that way again, so it's kind of out of the west. So I'm having to throw out and just get a dead drift, release a little bit of line, let that float drift down below the boat a little bit. I've got it set about 5 feet. I'm fishing probably 4 foot of water. I'm having to reel in and throw back out. Actually, I'm fishing about 6 foot deep. I'm throwing back over and just getting another drift. There's still quite a bit of moss, algae on the bottom, so drifting a scud, you will catch fish, but you got to bring it in pretty often to clean that scud off, because it gets gunked up pretty quick. That's why I think using a scud under a float, it keeps it off the bottom a little bit more. I did have something happen. I don't think it's ever happened before here a second ago. I'd gotten a bite. See, I've got to move the boat. I'm way off the bank now. I got a bite and it was reeled in my line really fast to get back out. and that fish chased that scud all the way to the boat. And I didn't see it till it got basically to where my scud came out of the water. And just before it came out of the water, it grabbed it. I hooked him. He was a little stalker. But I don't think I'd ever had one chase it and take it. I mean, it was just almost out of the water. Okay, I'm still trying to fish about 20, 25, 30 feet from the bank. It's pretty close. The wind wasn't quite so bad a second ago when I'd made this drift. It's picked up. We are supposed to get some more rain tonight and tomorrow, but not as much as we got last night. Call you back. The first time I drifted this bank, I did not have this problem of getting blown off the bank this bad. Of course, if I had a trolling motor, it would be a lot easier to stay in place. But when I take a pontoon out, typically I will leave that motor running all the time. It doesn't hurt the motor and it doesn't hurt the fishing. Oh, we're just out of bite. Every time I get either a bite or that float goes under, I'm going to bring it in and check the scud, because it's either a bite or it's grabbing moss on the bottom. That weighted float makes it a whole lot easier to cast. I'm going to bring it out away from the bank a little bit more. Of course, you can do this with a fly rod if you want to fly fish, but yeah, it's a pain. But all my bass boats are rented today, and I didn't want to bring the John boat up here. This way. Yeah, that wind is really pushing me. This is one of our new pontoons. It's a tri-toon, so it sits on top of the water. And it's a lot more susceptible to wind. They're nice boats, though. Oh, another bite. I think that was a bite. Looked like a bite. Maybe it wouldn't. I need to really pinch that weight, but I don't have my pliers on me. Right here at the mouth of this little creek, I call it dry wash. Pretty shallow. It flattens out here in a second. Deepens. Gets deep here in a minute. Good place to fish though. A lot of fish will sit right here where the water drops, or where the bottom drops out. It's deeper. Oh. That might have been a fish too. Didn't have any moss on my scud. I stay close to this inside bank because it's a lot shallower. There's a fish. Oh yeah, I didn't bring a net, so hopefully it won't catch nothing very big. Oh, came off. One of the last ones I caught on my my first drift down was a pretty good sized rainbow, and I about broke him off trying to get him in the boat. Come on. If my boat would stay pointed toward the bait, it would ride a lot better, but it keeps wanting to turn out. We are putting trolling motors, well, it'd be an option, trolling motor to put on these new pontoons, but we don't. They're not even in service yet. I'm only going down to just this side of the Narrows. I'm not going to go through the Narrows doing this. What I think I might do is come back up and drift this again and just drift straight line, no float. I did do a lot better on my first run through. Oh, I just missed another one. Run through here. I did try that was a number 12 scud, gray scud, drifting with no float before, and it seemed like I hooked them a little better this 14, I've missed several. Feels like I hook them for a second and it's just not catching them. There's another one. If I'm getting my wish, I'm not catching anything very big. Almost too far. But I can see the float, so. Oh, where'd you that bite? And I got another bite. Oh, I missed it. Trying to move the boat. Keep track of my line at the same time. So I'm getting a lot of bites. It's working. It's just a dead drift. There's you don't have to jiggle it or work it at all. And the float pretty much just goes right under. There's no question about the bite. I'm just using one of my 6.6 spinning rods. Nothing special. You can use 2 or 4 pound line doing this. I don't think it makes much difference. I'm going to get a little closer. Oh, I'm almost too close. Everybody wants to call me. I'm gonna head up back up a little ways and drift this again shortly. It won't take quite so much time. Just to kind of compare, I guess, what the difference is between using a float and not a float. I'm going to throw right over there. It's a good spot. Gets pretty deep right in here, and then it flattens out. It gets real shallow pretty quick. So this will be the last little stretch. Bottom. Starting to get really shallow now. Okay, this is where I was going to pick up and go back up, so we'll see you in a minute. Okay, on this one I've got a, it's on a 200R hook, it's a 12 gray. Same size split shot, 2-pound line this time. And we are just gonna try to stay on the shallow side. This wind probably has something else to say about that. And again, I'm going to have to check this scud fairly often for algae, because once it gets any algae on it, those fish will not hit it. Wind's picking up too. I got bottom. Two-pound line, that's not gonna come loose. All right, let's see what we can do here. I can just take this float off. Okay, I got the same thing I had on before, except that. It's a 14 scud. It's got the it's a rainbow. It's kind of a gray, but it's got a lot of different colors on it. Like I said, just have to reel it in and check it fairly often. That's the only problem right now with all this moss. Boy. I think once they start running water a little heavier, 3 and 4 units, it'll start to clean out that moss. It'll actually start rolling the gravel if it gets going pretty good. You know, at 4 units, it'll start pushing gravel, and once it starts rolling that gravel, all that moss comes out. This is how I caught a real nice one earlier, drifting this scud. Oh, no, sorry. Drifting that other scud. Yeah, I got some moss on the feel it. I'm throwing it out to the side instead of out front because I'm drifting down, but I'm drifting out this way too with this wind pushing me. Oh, that felt like a fish. Just about down to the narrows. Oh. Probably should have set the hook. I think. It's a lot easier to slap it on the water, clean it, than trying to pick it off. This type of moss, it just cakes on your fly, and it's a lot easier just to slap it. If you can secure your weight a little better than me, it's probably save you a little bit of time too. Using a float, it does keep it off the bottom a lot better. Of course, proofs in what you see me do. Caught two, missed several using a float, and I might have had one bite here a minute ago. Every time I bring it in, I got some stuff on the fly. Going down through the narrows now. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Really don't have enough weight to get down in this fast current going through here. That's why I'm planning on stopping before I got here. I'll just release a whole bunch more line. Yeah, okay. I'm getting real close to these trees. Sorry. But I'm okay. One more try and I gotta head in. They're gonna catch a fish over here. I'll get a snag. Nope. I'm done. That scud and float's the way to go. Just come up here with the boats that you could control a little better, and I think you'd do pretty good. Might hit a tree. Better go. See you later. Thanks.